Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Kjersti and this is the Unwritten Life, the Knitting Diaries, episode something. I feel like I should have probably checked. I think maybe 16. It's been more than a month since my last Knitting Diaries. I feel like it says it's been a while since my last. I always want to say confession. Anyway. I'm not like the confessing type, but I can confess that I have been doing a lot of crafting. Mostly knitting. The crochet didn't quite work out and I don't know what to do with it, but I have done a lot of stuff. I have acquired something very unintentional, but it happens. I mean, it's yarn. It's a thing. So, what do I do on my knitting diaries? Well, I basically just show off what I've been doing, what I've been making. And some of the things are more exciting than others, I will totally admit. When I finished off my last video, I had just started a pair of socks. I don't remember how far along I was, but I used, and now we have the struggle with the thingy again. This is the yarn. This is more of the information. As always, I hope my camera focuses, but I never really know. But I started a pair of socks last time and I clearly, at least to me, finished them. I mean, it's been more than a month since my last one. Oh, today is Saturday 20... My watch is hiding the number 23rd, I think, of September. That's been a while. I mean, you can do a lot in a month. Even if I was like wrapping up my move by last time. I'm hoping to move again soon. Haven't yet found a house. This is supposed to be about knitting, so let's try to focus. It's hard. Anyway, I knitted these socks. I love knitting socks. I've heard some people say that like when they're done with one sock, they're like, what's the point of the other? It's like, well, I have 2 feet. So two socks is kind of like a good pairing for me. And I don't understand. I mean, I think people get bored from like knitting 2 of the same. I, however, apparently love it. But I love this yarn. It's not a very thick yarn. It's a fairly thin yarn, but I also love wool socks because this blend is 75% wool and 25% polyamide. I've knitted many socks in this yarn and I love it. I've kind of used up several pairs of socks knitted with this yarn. Not because it's not durable, but because I wear them a lot. So that's the thing. So they're just, I knitted them. They always look weird when you just show them off like this. Anyway, I knitted these on 3mm needles. I started from the toe up, and I think I'm getting a pretty good handle on both starting, and also I have ribbing on top of the foot, but not under it. Not under, but on top, because I like the stretchiness it gives. And, you know, people have different feet. I generally use my socks on my feet, but occasionally I've given away a pair or sold a pair. Honestly, I kind of prefer the selling part because that means I get money in and then I can spend money out buying new yarn. Except I didn't have to buy yarn this time. Anyway, so yeah, started and finished. I started these Sunday 20th of August and I finished them Monday 28th. So I used then technically 9 days. And yeah. I knitted from toe to where I started the heel, and I think that, I need to learn the name, shadow short of heel or something. It looks the same from both sides, and I'm getting pretty good at not having, or making it look nice and not get like the weird holes on the sides. I don't know if I can show you properly. To an extent, okay, let's try this again. This is impossible. It's not impossible, but it's hard. I don't know how well you can see, but there's a teeny tiny little hole somewhere. I can't show you because I don't know what you're seeing. But I'm getting pretty good at not getting that hole. So I'm very happy with that. And yeah, I love knitting socks. It's very simple. And the sock is, I knitted, let's see, I have to look at my notes here. I knitted 21 centimeter from the tip of the toe until where I started the heel, and then I did the heel, choop. And then I knitted, and the leg, I guess I could call, this got ribbing all around because, you know, the stretchiness helps keep it up. And that, not foot. The foot is 21 plus a heel, and the leg is 20 centimeters. And my numbers are in centimeters, or in case I'm talking about needles, it's millimeter. So, yeah, I love that. And then, because I have a lot of random yarn, like this yarn. Hold on. It's 50% baby alpaca and 50% silk. It's such a cute one. And it's so soft. And I love this color. And I knitted a pair of, I don't think there's a specific up and down on these ones. Anyway. Nope. Not really. These ones, kind of tried to do like a wave. They're wrist warmers, long ones at that. I tried to do like a wavy pattern that I've done on a baby blanket before, but these are so soft. So soft. They're a little big, right? Like right when your hand goes from hand to this part, because I kind of go in there and then yeah. But, you know, doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna keep them, because how many pairs of wrist warmers do you need? And then I can guarantee you, I do not need all the ones that I've made. Anyway, I started this, and also, I don't know how well it shows up on the camera, but the color is gorgeous. I love it. And I did 55 stitches around, and I used 3mm needles, and I started them Tuesday 29th of August and finished September 3rd. So that was, how many days are in August? 30, 31? Or is it 30? January, February, March. It's 31. Okay. So I used 6 days on this pair. I'm very happy with them. And they are 17 centimeters long. And then, when I was done with these, because I had 2 balls of yarn of these, and 1 ball of yarn is 50 grams where I live. So I used more of the same yarn, and guess what? I knitted another pair of wrist warmers. It's, I don't know, it's kind of like my specialty at this point, but this is, oh god, what's the stitch called? Moss stitch, maybe? Like you do 1 knit, purl, and then you purl, knit. Just 1 of each. And these, they're a bit shorter. And I don't know exactly how to show you properly, but it's the same yarn, the same color. And I used only 46 stitches around, but they're a slight bit smaller than these, but not that much. They're only 15 centimeters though. And as usual, 3mm needle. Yeah. And I used 3 days of finishing these, so that was quick. I'm just saying. Oh, that was the wrong way. And I have my notes because, you know, you need notes. Or at least I need notes. I'm becoming more and more to take notes when I knit, in case I want to make the same thing another time, because I don't remember everything I do, so I've started taking notes. A lot of notes. And then, doing things that I've done like multiple times before, I have no idea how many times, I did something new. And the yarn I used was this one. And you probably want to see the other side too here. And I'm going to try to not cover the information. Wait. Yeah. This is so hard sometimes. Okay. that's the yarn. And I did write down because I used the pattern. And the pattern is on Drops. It's on their website, so you can have it in, I'm not gonna say whatever language, but they have it in a ton of different languages. And it's called Winter Warmer. I can't show you a picture with it on me, but it is basically, and this is the first time I've ever made something like this. It's a pair of wool shorts, and it looks super long. And the legs don't look that long, but it's actually kind of a perfect fit. And it's a little bit, it got some short rows in the back, so the ribbing in the back is longer than the ribbing in the front. I mean, most butts are bigger than bellies. Mine are kind of like equal. We don't need to get into that, but I have a butt warmer, also known as winter warmer or wool shorts. I'm just gonna consider them to be my butt warmers for winter, because this way my butt gets so cold, and I like wearing skirts sometimes. And if I wear skirts in winter and then there's wind, because there is always wind sometimes, especially in winter, not really, but like, you know, the cold creeps in everywhere and my butt gets really cold. So now I can wear this under my skirt, so my butt maybe stays at least not as cold as it usually does. And I will say, it went so quick, but I mean, the yarn, and I'm all over the place. Hold on. I didn't write it down, but I think I remember. I used 4mm needles for this one, and I finished it all in 6 days. I mean, 6 days, something I'd never done before. As in, I'd never made such a thing before. And it fits so well. There are things that I need to switch up a little if I make another one, but you know, it was so easy, and the yarn is so soft, and I'm not gonna cuddle it because it is wool, and wool makes me itchy. So I'm gonna be using it tights under this one just to make sure I don't itch. And I will say, I mean, I used the yarn that was recommended in the pattern, and I love it. It's so soft. I've made, with the same yarn, I've made wrist warmers before, and I mean, I love them. I did do something different from the pattern because when, what's the word, binding off the legs, I did a stretchy bind off on the bottom of the legs, and I'm very happy I did that. Though I will say, the legs, I never checked like gauge and all, because apparently I don't do that. I've never done it. Will I start doing that in the future? I don't know. There's a possibility. There is a big chance of saying no. But you know, you never know. But the legs were a bit, they're a bit tight. They're stretchy. I mean, they're quite stretchy, but they could have had a few more stitches. And when because you knit the whole thing in a round, and then you put the legs on tubing, and then you basically knit, I don't know what it's called. You basically knit like in between the legs. But then the pattern said to bind off when coming from the butt and then sew it together, and then it created this ridge that is fairly flat. But next time, and yes, I assume it's going to be next time because I kind of really enjoyed knitting this. Also, as I said, it was so fast. I will not bind off the stitches coming from here. I'll keep them as live stitches. And then when I come from here, and then I have the live stitches coming from the butt, basically. And then I have live stitches coming from the front, and instead of sewing them together, because I do not know how to sew it together and make it like fully flat, So now there's a ridge on my butt. So I will try, next time I'll try to graft it together. I know it's possible. I've never done it before. I don't know how to do it, but I can pretty much guarantee that there are videos on YouTube showing you how to graft together. So I need to do that. And let's see, what was, oh, the last thing, I made notes to myself, like, okay, this is the things that I want to change till next time. And the last thing was, the top is very stretchy, and I would like it to be a little more, I would like it to be stretchy, yes, but also a little bit more firm, because it's stretchy enough and it doesn't like the same amount of stitches up here as like down here, but I don't feel like it was enough kind of structure to hold it up here. So I need to find a way to, and I don't want to have less stitches, because I don't think that's gonna work out well, because I need the stitches, but I just want them to be able to kind of, instead of being this stretchy, I want them to be a little less stretchy, so I'm more certain that it kind of stays up. I don't know how to better explain it, but I need it to be like stretchy, but also more tight, so I feel better knowing that it will stay up. But anyway, this is my wool shorts. The first time I've ever done anything like for the butt and legs and all. So I'm very happy, and I'm kind of looking forward to cold weather and wearing a skirt outside so I can try it on and wear it and see if I like it as much as I think I will and hope I will. I didn't make it so I would stop having a cold butt, so there's that. And it's really cute, and the color is great. I love it. And I think you're about to cut me off, so I've done more. Give me a short moment here. Let's see, where are we? Okay, next item that I'm also finished with. I have made so much in this last month, or at least I feel like I've made so much. It's these. They're so cute. They're made from this yarn, yet another drops yarn, and it consists of 70% alpaca and 30% silk. Yet again, super soft, and it's alpaca. Me and alpaca don't really gel well, but these are short. It's kind of, I had an idea in my mind of how I wanted them to look, so I tried to make it happen, and I feel like it did a pretty good job. Let's see, if I do this, can you see the pattern? I hope so. I really hope so. Anyway, am I looking at the right ones? Yes. For these, I started doing them and I was like, oh, this is so cool. But when you do the, what's it called in English? The cables with such a, I'm missing words. It's kind of slippery yarn on the needles, so they were trying to fall out. And then when you do cables that are this tiny, it was not actually the most fun, but I loved the result. And I used, let's see, I didn't write it down. Well, no, wait, I did. 49 stitches in the round, and I only used 2 days on this pair, and it's only 13 centimeters long, so it's not that big, but I love them. And I started making them, and then my mom was sitting there, because apparently I live with them right now, my parents that is, and I was making them and knowing that I won't be able to wear them because it's alpaca, and to me that itches if I get it too much on my skin. And it was so cute. My mom does use wrist warmers, and she's like, ooh, these are so cute. Maybe I could wish for these for Christmas. And I was like, you got it. You can wish for these for Christmas. I didn't tell her, I was just thinking, so this might be part of my mom's Christmas gift this year. Maybe. Unless I find something else. I don't know. But, I mean, she saw them, she liked them, she kind of wished for them. So I'm just gonna listen to what she said, which is kind of wanting them, so, you know, maybe I'll actually get rid of something. I'm trying to sell the other wrist warmers. Haven't really done much of it yet. However, I did something else. That was a bunch of knitting. And then I found, because I have so much yarn, this yarn is 100% wool, so I can't knit socks because that would get worn out real quickly. I started doing some crochet. My crochet needle is 3mm, I think. Yeah. And I really wanted to make like a big shawl that I could that I could tie in front. And I wanted like a triangle shape. So I did this. I have no idea how much you can see. But it's very... Oh, I'm even holding it the wrong way. Great. There we go. It's very pointy at the end, so it's super long now, but it's still not wide enough for me to have around my shoulders and tie it in the front, but it's already reaching past my butt. That's how long it is. So I don't know how I'll be able to show you what I want. I mean, okay, I'm gonna show you upside down because it's easier. Right now, my shawl is a triangle like this. That was not quite what I wanted. I didn't want this. I wanted this. And I have no idea how to get there. I mean, as per usual with a lot of my knitting and crochet, I don't have a pattern. That should surprise no one at this point. I don't have a pattern. So I started with basically a ring on top. That's wrong. This is such a mess. Okay. I started with a ring and then I do like oh, I don't know the crochet words. I'm sorry. But I kind of like made a long loop and then I attached it up there and then I made a loop again and then attached it here. And then I don't know how well you can see it. I have no idea. This is impossible. God, I hope this turns out okay. Okay, if we do... No, okay, hold on. Give me a moment here. If we can do this. Okay. I don't know how well you can see it, but I hope you can. I am increasing basically one hole each new row. So I go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 basically, plus 1 each row. But to get it from, and I'm gonna show you upside down, to get it from this to this, so it's not as long in the back, but I can still tie it in the front and it's wide enough for that. I think I need to add, instead of adding 1 on each row, I need to add 2. But I don't know how to do it to make it look nice because I don't want like the, basically have it look like a stair. I want to have like a triangle. Not like a triangle with like stairs on them. Does that make sense? I hope so. But I don't want the stairs. I want the like nice triangle. But I don't know how to make it go like add 2 on each row. I don't know. I do not understand the math behind it because I've come to understand there's so much math in knitting and crochet. I mean, I knew to an extent that it was some, but lately I've been figuring out it's like so much. I need a math class to be able to make my knitting and my crochet work. And I don't know how to go from this triangle to this triangle in my crochet when making the shawl. So that's been on pause for several days now because I'm so frustrated. I don't know how to do it. And also I don't have a pattern. I haven't found, I looked a little bit, not a lot, but I looked a little bit trying to find like the most simple pattern to, wrong side again. The most simple pattern ever. And in a way it's kind of like bricks. And I want the squares. Do you see, can you see this right now? That's how I want it. Like this, 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 and then, or like a beehive cube thingy. I don't want them to be like rectangle super long. I still don't know how to explain it. I tried to explain it to my parents to maybe try to get them to help me. Mom just like, I'm checking out. And Dad's like, yeah, well, you can do this. And I was like, I don't want the stairs, okay? I want the nice triangle with a straight line on every side. And he was like, well, I don't know enough crochet to fix this. And I was like, I don't either, but I need help. So yeah, that was a lot of frustration. So that's been put on hold. I need to rip everything out. I just wanted to show it first. So maybe someone can help me out with the math. How do you go from this to this? And when I'm doing this, I started with a circle on 8 and then, yeah, well, right. I'm missing that word. I need to try and define that word because I start every row with like chaining 8 and then kind of doing the stitch to go down, and then I chain 4 and then I do the stitch to go down. I don't know the stitch name. And then when I turn, I start with 8, stitch down, then 4, stitch down, 4, stitch down, 4, stitch down, and rinse and repeat basically. But that creates this, not this. So I don't, yeah, if you have any idea, any at all whatsoever, or point me in the direction of a pattern, that would help. But being that frustrated with my crochet, I was like, you know what? I need to take a break from that, because if not, my head's gonna blow up and that would not be pretty. So yet again, I'm back with this yarn. Fable by Drops. I love it. And I have now, and here is the color. It's multicolored. Do you love it? I know I love it. So I started knitting a pair of socks. Started from the top. No. Started from the toe. And I'm knitting down. And I am so far on the foot now that I can do the heel next. And yeah, I love this yarn. I love this color. I considered knitting a blanket in it, but that haven't happened. But also, I mean, I knitted a blanket, same yarn, but in this color, and I love it. I'm currently living with my own parents, so I don't need it because they have so much stuff on their own. And I do love it. However, it's not the thickest yarn, as I said, so the blanket, even though nice and warm, I don't know. I would like, when I knit my next blanket, because I've come to realize I love knitting garter stitch blankets, I think I want a thicker yarn. Like this yarn, my wool shorts, that's the thicker yarn than this. And I think this is more of the thickness that I would want on my new blanket. But this yarn doesn't have this color, don't have this color, so I don't really know what to do with that. Anyway, I started in another pair of socks because I love socks. I use them all the time. And then the last part of this video, acquisitions. Because my grandma is getting really old, to the point where she unfortunately can't do anything yarn related because, you know, she's getting old. Things are getting hard. So I now have more yarn. Like I needed it. I did not. but I have more yarn. It's mostly leftovers. There is one nice ball of yarn here. It's thin wool, superwash and nylon. It's the little gray here. I don't even know if that's a full ball of yarn, but... And the sounds from the back. This is a lot of random different yarn. It was more, but it was like some that felt synthetic. So I picked out what seemed to be... Oh, there are knitting needles. Look. Apparently I got a pair of knitting needles in here. But these are the yarns that seem to be wool or cotton or something like it. So I tried to kind of basically say, I don't want the synthetic stuff. I have enough stuff. I didn't really need that. And this is like something that is pretty much done, and more stuff that's like half done, and like cute little balls of yarn. So yeah, it's I can't show you all of it, and I'm not gonna pull everything out, but it's a tiny bag, but still I now have even more yarn. I mean, like, are you kidding me? I'm trying to use or make stuff with the yarn that I have, and then I'm getting more. I don't know what I'm gonna make of that, but you know, at some point I'll figure it out. I don't need to buy new yarn for the next 5 years. Wait. Hold on. This is not like, say, okay. 1, 2, I'm not done with that. This used 6 plus balls of yarn, so 6, 7, 8. That's about 400 grams. So say 500 grams in a month. That means I should be able to use 6 kilos of yarn in a year. Whoa, that's actually quite a lot. I don't always make this use this much, but that's because the wool shorts took a lot of yarn. But if I can use 6 kilos of yarn in a year, and I think I have, I did the math at some point. It's starting to be a while ago now. But I think I have, like, my guess, somewhere between 12 and 15 kilos of yarn. So it would only last me like 3 years. So in 3 years I can buy yarn again. Yay! God, I'm gonna buy yarn before then, let's be honest. But yeah, I'm currently on a yarn buying ban because I have so much yarn, and also I don't have a house. I'm living with this teeny tiny, okay, it's not that teeny tiny, but pretty much all my stuff is packed and in storage, and I'm living with my parents. And the closet that I have access to, I only have a few of the drawers because my mom's stuff is everywhere else. So I don't really have any privacy much either. So it's I cannot wait until I get a house. But this is the Knitting Diaries, and I've been making a lot of stuff, and I'm really happy. And I think currently my favorite, although I love the socks, these are part of my favorite because they're so cute, and it was totally a Christmas gift idea. And the wool shorts, I can't wait to try them on. I've tried them on, they fit. I can't wait to use them, but at the same time that means it's cold, and I tend to kind of turn into a popsicle, which I'm not crazy about, which is why I'm needing to keep my butt warm. It's a thing. And then, you know, the new yarn! Again. Well, you know, I'm sure I'll figure something out. And if you have any yarn related projects, tell me about them down in the comment section. I would love to know. Are you one of those people that loves knitting socks, or do you kind of dislike knitting the second sock? Let me know. I'm curious, because there are so many different opinions. Okay, maybe not that many different opinions, but There are like, it seems like people are either one or the other. I'm the one that I like knitting socks. I like knitting in general. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go. This video is gonna be long anyway, so thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you have enjoyed it. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!